Getting a bit chilly now, but it really felt like spring today. Let me introduce myself. I'm Mary Llewellyn, the founder of OckyOlly, where we design and create innovative, fun and practical outdoor clothing and accessories for children. Our vision for OckyOlly is to be synonymous with functional, practical products for outdoor play and learning through nature. So the presentation tonight is to lay out where we are, where we've been and where we're going. I'm only going to chat for about 10 minutes, but then we're going to have a question and answer session after that. You'll see there's a little box in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen where you can ask me questions later, which we'll pick up on. Type as you go along if you want to remember it. I'll try not to get distracted. We do have a couple more that I know are joining us, but they'll probably just drop in as I start. It's because some of the story they know, I think they just want to be here for the Q&A session. So, moving on. So, I'm the managing director of the company. I'm mother to 4 children from 3.5 to just under 15. I'm creative, driven and very committed. I'm not only committed to OckyOlly, but I'm also committed to British design and indie retail, which I have a huge passion for. When I founded OckyOlly, I really wanted it to be a leading brand. That was always my vision for it. I've always known where I want it to go. I've had very clear objectives and direction, and that's seen me pretty well. And I'm really pleased with where we are now, and I'm pleased with the feedback we get and the direction we're going. We also have on board Gordie Wren, my husband, who is here. He'll be joining us for the Q&A. I thought it would be a bit distracting if we were both on camera. He is our operations director. He has a history of logistics and operations, which he brings in his skill set. He also covers IT and the day-to-day accounts as well. So he's my co-founder of OckyOlly and also a co-shareholder. In our team, we also have a great lady called Sarah Russell, who does our marketing. Her company is 3 Hour Vision, and she deals with our brand development and our content management, and also our social media campaigns. And she's incredibly inspiring to be around. I really enjoy working with her because she's so passionate about what she does. She has a very clear idea of the direction for OckyOlly, and in fact she came on board because she says that I inspired her with my vision, so hopefully we're an inspiration to each other. And she's really meticulous in her work, so I know that she'll always be a great member of our team. We're a UK creative company, and we see ourselves as a lifestyle brand. We're inspired by the great outdoors and everything she has to give, and we hope to inspire others as well to be part of that. We see our innovative design and the original and functional nature of our products as very important to help and encourage that learning with children outdoors. And the educational benefits of the smocker, we've looked at loads of research, and it's showing that children who play and learn through nature benefit on an emotional, physiological and psychological level. Less bullying, higher grades in exams. I mean, there's just a raft of research. And so this ethical nature that we have is very on trend at the moment. Excuse me. And on this basis, we've designed the company for growth and to capitalise on this niche and to make it our own. As you can see, we have a very strong brand personality, and that's instantly recognisable. And we're really proud of our ethical principles. And we want to capitalise on these in the future by bringing in organic textiles and making the product more sustainable, because I really think this is where manufacture is going to go, and obviously it's going to totally back up our ethos of the company. And with the educational benefits that I've already mentioned, we believe our products have global appeal. We're really excited about the strong extension lines that we've got. You can see a picture there of just the tip of the iceberg of the ideas that we have. These are the next products we want to bring in. And we believe that this gives us limitless market opportunities. We've also got the white branding that we can get into, which I'll touch on later, which again really broadens our market. And then all the joint ventures we can get into with companies like the National Trust, Girl Guides, Scouts, Barber, doing limited editions. I just get a buzz every time I think about all the things, all the direction that we can go in with this product. Looking at the market, The UK children's wear market, as you can see, is worth £5.1 billion. And this is set to grow by 12% over the next 5 years. And the child population has increased by 11.3%. The largest increase of the child population is the 0 to 4 section, and that's growing by 15%. And that's at the moment our target audience. We are going to be going to 8, but that population, our market, is just growing all the time. The global marketplace is 186.1 billion, and the Americas, which is a big part of our future plans, they're 38.2% of that. And research is showing that their per capita spending is twice that of Western Europe, so it's a really exciting market for us to be aiming for. Looking to our target audience, we have aspirational females, 25 to 44, mums obviously, and they're still spending, and they're still excited by new brands and quality products, as long as we look at all the other things they want in their products, which is looking for garments that children can grow into, and the larger sizes, and we've taken into consideration all that research that we've done in the products that we've designed. The grandparents are also a huge part of our market. It's great when we see them at shows. They get it straight away. It's that old-fashioned childhood that we're selling, and they really love the traditional feel of the garment. And of course they have that disposable income to spend on their grandchildren for gifts. So for sales, we have direct sales via our trade and retail fairs. And then via those trade fairs, we're obviously bringing on board our resellers, but they contact us direct as well through the PR and marketing that we do. We have online sales via the web, via our website, which I'm sure you've looked at. We support our end user, the children, with our OckyOlly club, which has lots of activities, just not only paper activities, but ideas for the parents to go outside and to learn through nature. And we also support that on our Facebook for the parents, and encouraging them and inspiring them. As you can see in the bottom, I've just put in the potential schoolwear market, which we really haven't tapped into yet, but is a very exciting arm that I think is a whole avenue of itself that we can make the most of. So looking at our sales, we've only had stock since the end of last summer. We've spent 2 years setting this up, but we've had stock since then. So the trade shows we've done, which have, we did Glee Garden Retail, we've done Bubble Children's Wear, Top Drawer in London, Children's Independent Kids Show in Solihull. You can see that the variety of the resellers that we've got on board. We managed to get Blue Diamond Garden Centres as well. We've been working for 6 months on that, and they're very exciting. They have 12 stores in the UK and 2 on the Channel Islands where they'll have exclusivity. We also have Rick Stein's restaurant in Padstow, some museums and galleries and garden centres and Holly Complex. So the marketplace is very broad for this product. We're not just limited to the traditional route of the children's clothes and gift shops. We have also a number of online retailers, ranging from equestrian bent to swimming to just children. So again, there's a variety online. And excitingly, we have our first European stockist in Italy, which is very smart. We have a lot of exciting pipeline opportunities that we hope to seal over the next month or so. We met the Duchy of Cornwall nursery buyer at the Country Living Fair we've just done. In fact, she was Camilla Parker Bowles' sister, and she deals with all of that. And she was very excited by that, and she's passed on information on to the nursery themselves, so I think she's given them a big nod. We're in discussions with Julia Bradbury's website, which should be going live soon, and that deals with the whole of the countryside. There's interactive mapping on there, there's Q&As, there's features, there's event calendars. It's an all-encompassing website, and we're going to meet up with them soon to not only sell our product through them, but be very much part of that information feed, especially for the parents. And they've also started a new charity called the Outdoor Trust, which we're really excited to be part of. We've also got the Royal Horticultural Society buyer. He's just waiting for the weather to warm up a bit, which, as we know today, it is, before he places an order for their 4 gardens. And Burford Garden Centre, which is a fantastic destination shop in garden centre in Cotswolds, which is very well known. They're just waiting for the second half of spring before they order. and Monty Hall, who is his shop's based down Dartmouth down the road, and he's I think he's travelling the world at the moment. So when he gets back, they're having a big sales meeting, and they've assured me that they're going to place an order as well. Looking to our competition, this is broken down really into the design side, the functional side, and the traditional nostalgic side. We've got Little Jewel on the top, which as a company have been going for over 20 years. They've rebranded over the last 10 or so to what we know they are now: colourful, fun, in their words, designed with the outdoors in mind. And they're great. You know, I buy them for my daughter. But the functionality of what they do is very limited. It's more of a fashion brand. Muddy Puddles is a local brand. She's been going for many years and is, I think every mum knows Muddy Puddles for their waterproof trousers, and a great functional brand, very much endorsing outdoor play. But there is a lack of design element to what they do. It does a job and no more really. And they haven't really made the most of any internal development or R&D, because if you look at their website, they sell other brands as well. So they do what they do and they do it very well. But again, it's quite limited. You have the Cornish smock on the bottom, which is an obvious competitor really. Although it's much more the cheaper end, and it's the traditional nostalgic route, making the most of those holiday makers. But as a product, it's quite harsh, it's not particularly user friendly, it takes years to wear in, unlike our smockers, which are instantly comfortable and user friendly. And again, they've got limited design features. Our branding and trademark. We love our branding. We're really, really proud of it. We're lucky to get the graphic designer who works on Cuba Sales, which I'm not sure if you know is a great Devon brand, kind of the Jack Wills of the grown-ups. And he knows his stuff. He knows the brand journey. He understands how the customers respond to it. And he's been very inspirational right from the beginning. And people recognise us. It's a very, very strong brand design. And in fact, just the word itself, OckyOlly, which we've trademarked, if you look on Google, we're pretty much the first 20 pages. I mean, I was inspired by a childhood game, and then I put it into Google and like, yes, result. No one else has got it. It's not touched or tainted by anything. So that's really exciting for us. And everyone always comments, always asks where the name comes from. So it's memorable, which is fantastic. You can see we've trademarked in 7 classes, which might seem quite a lot considering we're just in clothing at the moment. But really for economical reasons at the beginning, it was more cost effective to choose a variety of classes now. And we really looked at where our brand was going to go in the future. So you can see we've covered binoculars, card and paper publications, which would be quite big for us. We're looking to do nature booklets, sticker books, activity books. So we've got a world of products to make the most of there. Rucksacks, sleeping bags, the obvious clothing and footwear. We're very keen to bring wellies or little neoprene shoes to back up our product. And then going down the toys and games route and flower presses, traditional games like that. So that we're really covered on that. The smocker designs themselves are covered by design registration. They weren't particularly suitable for patents, but obviously we'll be looking at patents for any future designs that are relevant. And we have copyright on our future fabric designs as well as the current ones that we have. Looking at our figures now, you can see we start to turn a profit in year 3. And up until this point, we've been really establishing the brand and consolidating the company in the UK and making sure we have a firm foothold there. After year 3, we start to move into Europe. And then 4 and 5, we start to go into America. In particular, there's a huge market in America for outdoor learning. I mean, it's massive now. There's a gentleman called Richard Louv who coined the phrase nature deficit disorder, which is about our children lacking from that outdoor education by all the iPads and the screens, which has its place, but I think it's limited, that they're missing out hugely, as all this research has shown. So we really believe that our ethos and our principles and our lifestyle brand will just go a store in America. It's a really, really exciting opportunity for us. So you can see the figures start to reflect that, and it's towards this year 5 and 6 that investors will really start to see their investments fly. Olly and I started this 2 years ago, and we've been passionate right from the beginning. We knew, as parents, we could see the market of what was available, and we've been so excited by this right from the beginning. You can see that we've put 60k of our personal funds in, and in that 2 years of building up, we've done all relevant research into the marketplace, the designs, the trademark, and really made sure that our business model is strong. As I said right at the beginning, we had a very clear idea of where we wanted the company to be and the direction, and so we knew we had to get it right the first time. There were no second chances. So we have our 2 garment designs that you've seen, the 8 fabric designs that are currently on those. We have future fabric designs, which we've come in, a lady called Rosie Harbottle, who's a local. She's a print designer and done 2 really fantastic, exciting designs, which we give a sneak preview to all our customers that come and get really positive feedback for those. And obviously the designs for the products themselves that we want to bring in. I do this pretty much as a full-time job, and Olly does it part-time. He does other stuff as well, but I'm on it all the time. Eat it, sleep it, breathe it. We have our OckyOlly trademark, and as I've said before, our brand value is now recognised. So looking at what's happened so far, I'm part of a Women's Development Unlimited, which is a Devon female business group that trains and supports, and they honoured me with a new Business of the Year award a couple of months ago, which I was very, very proud and honoured to receive. As I've said, we have Blue Diamond Garden Centres on board, which will see us go in a big chain and nationally, and also to the Channel Islands, which I think is a really fantastic marketplace for us. The press coverage we've had has been fantastic so far, and that varies on either myself as a mompreneur or as an entrepreneur, and the business itself and the products itself. We've been in Green Parenting, Vegetarian Living, probably seen we were on the front cover of Devon Life a couple of months ago. We're in Coast magazine this month. They reviewed us and gave it a 4 out of 5, which was fantastic. And we've been featured on blogs as well, as far as Australia, and Spain, and obviously female business blogs here, and normal business blogs all about our Crowdcube. On the social media front, our clout score has been really consistent over the last few months, hitting 47, which is a pretty decent score. And you'll see our Facebook virality is 2.6, which seems really low, but apparently it's proving to be a very hard marketplace at the moment, and the highest score to achieve is 2.8, so actually we're in the top 10%, which I think is pretty cool. Our Twitter is up by 46% in the last few months, and our Pinterest is flying at 85%. And with our social media, we've really only just touched the tip of the iceberg of what we want to do. We've got some really exciting ideas that we want to bring in for the rest of the year. But that just proves that what we're doing is right and that our end user likes it. So as you're probably aware, we're looking for a funding requirement of 150,000. You can see how that's broken down here with trade fairs and exhibitions, which means we continue to meet our retailers and the buyers from all the variety of marketplaces that we've seen so far. The brand PR and the marketing is the biggest lump really, and I think with any brand, I mean it's no. If you look at companies like Jack Wills or Cuba, they don't get there by accident. You know, it's all measured. Everything is PR and marketing and brand feeling and lifestyle, and you have to really get it out there for people. So we've got some very great cool ideas to do that. Obviously, the investment and legal fees come into it, and then we have the design and creative. This covers future designs and drawings for product and pattern, and then also you have to look at the IP that protects and covers all of that. Our company infrastructure is there at the end, and that's to ensure that our systems are as good as they can be, and that all the needs are met in all departments. So you know, we're aware that it's just me and Olly, and we're aware that we need to bring people on board and systems on board to make the whole thing flow as well as it can. Well, again, you're probably aware that we already have advanced assurance for EIS, and we've just put an application in for SEIS, which I think it's a given that we're going to get it. We tick all the boxes, and so that means the investor will get the 30% VIS, and with the SEIS we're getting a 75% tax relief, which I'm sure will make a massive difference. And I think like most companies of our type in retail, that trade sale is going to be our act to an outdoor corporate will be our exit. Again, once we hit the Americas and once we have that international, that status, I think I like to think will be irresistible. So that brings us to a close, really. I'll just summarise what I've been through. We believe this is a really, really exciting opportunity to be part of a design-led, innovative children's outdoor clothing accessory company. Our brand is really strong and in line with that current movement for outdoor play and learning. Our marketplace and our audience are both growing, and this creates an international appeal. There are strong, wide possibilities for all of our future products, and in a multiple, excuse me, a multiple niche market profile that has multi-generational appeal. So we're ticking all the boxes for all the right people at the right time, and we think with the right product. So thank you for listening. I really hope you're as excited about OckyOlly and the Smocker as we are, and all the future products that we want to bring in and where we're going. You can see all my contact details there if you wanted to contact me privately. I'm going to bring Gordy in now, and we'll then move on to the Q&A. I hope I've not gone too fast for you. I know I have a tendency to talk fast. So if you want me to go over anything and bring the slides back, by all means ask. I'm more than happy to.
Good evening, everyone. I'd just like to, if you haven't worked it out already, Mary Lou is the driving force behind OckyOlly. I'm amazed by her. I am the backroom boy, so if there are any in-depth financial questions that need answering, I will be in the background, hopefully able to answer your questions as we speak on this webinar. But I reiterate, Mary Lou is the driving force behind OckyOlly, and what a fantastic job she's done. We look forward to your questions. Thank you.
I can see a couple of questions are coming in, so we'll just wait for those to finish. I believe that Crowdcube are recording this webinar, so if I have gone too fast, or you, is anyone else you think may be interested that you want to share it to, then you can just ask Crowdcube and they can give you a link to go through it again, or to pass on to it to colleagues or friends or family. Michael has asked where the next trade show is, where investors can see the products. I'm actually going off at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning to Seedley Castle in Gloucestershire, which in fact is for consumer. But I don't think that actually stops trade sale, because in fact it was at our last consumer fair that we met the buyer for the Duchy of Cornwall nurseries. And I think especially in Gloucestershire, there are a lot of very smart ladies who have their own both retail and online. So I'm very excited about the possibility of doing that. We have another one lined up in the summer, and we have a variety of options. We have Harrogate gift fair coming up. I think that's June or July, I believe. And then we have Spirit of Christmas, which is a really big consumer fair. The trade fairs happen tend to be at the beginning of the year, because it makes the most of getting your product in for that Easter market, which was why we were so busy from sort of November to February. So from now on, we tend to go to the consumer fairs and make the most of meeting our customers, and one, selling more product, but two, getting feedback, which is really, really valuable, especially when we look at, we show them designs of where we want to go. It's brilliant. I mean, I got so much feedback at Country Living for doing an adult smocker, which I don't think we're quite ready for yet. I think we need to consolidate where we are for children's. But it's great to get that feedback. And that's another really cool idea I want to bring in. And without fail, everyone I mentioned it to goes, yes, yes, I'll have one of those. So they have huge value as well. I see Alice asked a couple of questions. I'll just read them. You talked about moving into profit in years 5 and 6, relying on the American market. Is this essential in your plans to generate profit? Realistically, with your ambitious growth plans, do you anticipate having to come back for further funding? I'm going to answer the second one first, because I know you answered that one immediately. I think if you look at the business plan, I think realistically, yes, we are going to have further funding, which is why originally we didn't go for the SEIS, because with the IES it's more beneficial to investors. I think because we tick all those boxes, that's not an issue now. So I think probably to hit where we want to be, to get the exit, to get the company value that we want, we're looking at one more, possibly another round of funding. Relying on American, is it essential in your plans to generate profit? I think if you look at products like Cuddle Dry, I don't know if you're aware of that, it's a parent's terry towel apron you wrap your child in. It was on Dragon's Den. They're all over the world now, and that's where I want to be. I want to have one of those mats, and we're everywhere. And if the market's there, I think it's ripe for the picking. I think there are Joseph and Joseph is a design company, and in fact I think 90% of their market, they're British led, but 90% of their market is in America, although they're a British brand. And I think that kudos of being British designed, of being a traditional British garment, will hold us in really good stead in somewhere like the Americas. And it's that's going to make such a big difference. So they will be profitable by year 3, but I don't want just to be in the UK. Why limit ourselves when we have the European and the American market to take advantage of? I see Michael is also typing, so to see what his question is. If I've not answered your question, Al, by all means answer it again. Ask it a different way. I tend to go down a direction. How many new designs are there in the pipeline? We've loads, but we've been advised really by people in the know that now we've got our retailers for the smocker, what we call a soft product, we're better just sticking with the soft products for the moment, because we have them. There's no reason, there's no point in looking for new stockists of paper products when we've got clothing manufacturers. So the next one we want to bring out is what we call a pocket, which is a belt version of the smocker. Because we're only going up to 5 at the moment, I have a lot of feedback, so much feedback, for parents going, oh, my son's 7 or 8, and they'd really like this, I'm not sure they'd wear it, you're going to do anything else. So the pocket, which is a cross between a utility belt and a belt bag and a bum bag, will have the waterproof lining. It's the same, it's the bottom of the smocker, but with a belt, so it can go over waterproof clothing. It can go on top of shorts in the summer. It's small enough to stick in the mum's bag, so she has it there, or the kid can carry it themselves. And it meets the same need, but on a wider market, really. So that's really what I want the next one to be in. We're also looking at trousers, which are very cool, but we might have to patent those, so I can't go into too much detail for that. And we're looking into bags and to picnic rugs, and just the add-ons, the obvious add-ons, the sou'wester hat, a reversible fleece scarf. But going further down the line, to really consolidate our ethos and our principle, and really want to bring in little nature booklets to go in the pocket, which will educate both the parent and the child. There are lots of things that can go in the pocket. I found a fantastic reusable BPA-free foldable water bottle, little kid size, brilliant, and it can just, nice and flat, go in the pocket. Or again, the obvious of the binoculars and stuff, that's more white branding. But sticking with us, with the paper products, we can go into stickers and activity books. And I also want to bring out little cardboard drawers, which are flat packed. You get them flat packed to make them up. And then the drawers are compartmentalised. So when the child comes in from the beach walk, the garden, or the woodland, and they have their little conkers, their little acorns, their shells, they can then work by compartmentalising these. And part of that sorting is part of foundation stage learning. So it's again really bringing a very important part of their educational benefits into it. And kids love it. My kid, Lego heads, all the same colours. My daughter, again, we went to the beach last week, and she had the shells from tiny, and she's only 3.5, to big, and she's amused her for hours. And it's about respecting the need for children to do that. It's all part of their education, their play. So all the products we want to bring in tick all those boxes, really meet the children's need, whilst looking great with the design element in at the same time. I'm aware I'm talking quite a lot, I'm sorry. Right, Al, who owns what percentage of the company at the moment? It is me and Gordy, so it's 50-50. So although he says it's mine, he's a 50% shareholder. But as you can see on our fundraising page, we're offering 20% for that 150,000. No question coming in. As well as I tell you, I hope you like our picture here. It was taken at Sawmill Cove Beach. There's a great hotel just up, and it was just the windiest day with the roughest sea. So most of our corporate photographs are me with hair going sideways. But it was a great day. It's one of our favorites. It's a beautiful, beautiful beach, and great for collecting little bits. It has lovely freshwater feed as well coming down, so it's perfect for dog walking. My enthusiasm is great. Thank you, Al. How are you going to keep your plans within sensible limits? Sensible limits. I like to think I'm quite sensible. I'm very lucky that Devon has loads and loads of creative people. I don't know if you know, but all the adult clothing brands, Crew, Fat Face, White Stuff, Cuba, they all went to school together. They're all based in Salcombe, and I have access to all of them in one way or another. So I have that retail knowledge. I also know that a gentleman who owns Baby Grow, which are children's sleeping bags. I'm not sure if you've come across them. They're a huge brand for they own 85% of the sleeping bag products or marketplace in the UK. He's local, and he's advised me along the way as well. He's actually just sold it. He's got to the point where I want to be in 5 years' time. So I have industry experts giving me advice all the time. We have another gentleman who owns a very big accessory company, and he's been in retail for a long time. So if we're stuck, and it's like, okay, we know our company, we know our products, we've not been here before, what do we need to know and who we need to know it from? We don't guess. This is too important to us. Where we want to be is too important to us. We make sure we find the right person to ask the right question to. And so far, they've done us pretty well. You know, Cuba are incredibly supportive, as is Rob from Grow Bag. So anytime I have a problem or a question in my head, it never occurs to me to go, oh, I don't know the answer, what am I going to do? It's like, okay, how am I going to find the answer? Who is going to tell me what I need to find out? And then sometimes it's not what I want to know, but I've been very clear with all the people that I've met that this business isn't about my ego. It's not about feeding me and my needs. It's about feeding the company. So everything I've been taught, I've taken on board as constructive criticism. And I think I've done okay so far. So I hope that answers your question. If it hasn't, by all means, type another one. Crowdcube, I'm typing something now. Something I have to say. Any more questions? Let's say you've got my contact details there. I'm really happy. I said I'm going off to Sudley tomorrow, and I'll be away from my desk until Sunday. I'm contactable. Obviously, check my emails. I'm running a business. I have to. But Gordy will be in the office, so I'm more than happy to answer your emails or your telephone calls after work hours, really. But Michael's typing, no, he's not. So I think I've covered everything. I like to think I've looked at where we were, where we are, and where we're going to be. It's all there in the Crowdcube pitch. There's probably more information there. You've got 16 pages of financials on Crowdcube. Don't forget to check the video out. We've got quite a few videos on YouTube. You've got my rather boring one for the pitch. You've got a more natural one of me. I have a customer one and a retail one, and that really goes through the smockers, the benefits, the design, to what our customers want. There's one about how to fold the smocker. There's also a couple that we've taken with the Super 8 for photo shoots and stuff. And there's even one of Olly setting up our stand. That was the Independent Kids Retail. So even if you're a visual person like me, it's a great way to get a feel for the brand and how we like to conduct ourselves in our business. Thank you both very much. Hope you've enjoyed it. Say, you know where I am if you need me. I'm now going to go and have myself and feed my kids. So thank you for the opportunity, Crowdcube, and thank you everyone that's joined us tonight for taking time out of the evening. I know how precious time is, and I really appreciate you listening to me blather on.